Good evening, everyone. We have another match between Indy Arsenal and SEAL Team Lotus this evening. I have Ben Hannon with me to help announce the game since Jake is playing tonight.
Hey there, everyone. Let's see if I can get into the game here.
We're just guessing by the playmats that. Oh, is it 2 chains? Oh, it is 2 chains. This will be very interesting. Hey, Michael Hamilton is in the chat. Ben is super quiet. All right, 1 second.
Come on, Treon.
You are quiet. All right, go ahead and say something now.
Can you hear me now?
That looked better.
Alright, Chain v Chain. I have not played this matchup. I've mostly played against Chain from the Guardian side, so it's probably going to be a little bit quicker of a game.
I haven't seen a chain versus chain in a while, so I'm pretty excited to see how this plays out.
Yeah, Tyler's saying that I'm still quiet. I'll just put my microphone inside my mouth.
Is that too loud, folks?
Or I could just yell.
All right.
Alright, TK said that's a lot better.
Yeah, it's
Alright, yeah.
a lot better. Okay. All right, looks like we're getting ready for the die roll.
Sweet.
Oh, Jake, that's a 4. That's an 8.
You know, I assume that you go first in this matchup just to make a rune chant and shackle, but I can't imagine going second is too bad, since then you get to keep a little bit of tempo. So I'm actually not sure if you go first or second. I guess we'll see what the chain experts pick. Do we know where this team is from for the
I
most part?
believe Roanoke, Virginia.
Okay. Sting of Sorcery, not one you see super frequently.
Interesting first play here. So yeah, we have a Sting of Sorcery and then a Vexing Malice. Looks like he's just trying to push the damage.
Yeah, and he will be successful since Jake's not playing any Arcane Barrier. That's actually going to be pretty big in the matchup, it looks like. I'm guessing he's, playing Revel and Runeblood and things like that, and since Jake's not packing his Quill Hand or whatever Arcane Barrier Chain usually plays, that, is gonna present a lot of unblockable damage.
Yeah, it looks like the same equipment suite on the other side, so Arcane is going to be very hard to deal with.
I wonder if we'll see a Skullcap activation here. I wouldn't be surprised.
It looks like it. Lets him filter his hand, stop 2 of the damage, block. Yeah, he stops all that damage. I guess that's the one good thing about going second.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what Jake has to start us off here. All right, so we get a Shadow Puppetry into a Rift Bind from hand. I'm pitching them Blue Mavrian for later. He's coming in for 4. And chooses not to banish. I'm guessing it's one of his Art of Wars.
Oh, I mean, it could be any number of cards. Flock of the Featherwalkers, another Mavrian, Shadow Puppetry. There's a lot of powerful non-blood deck cards that Jake is definitely hoping to draw.
All right. And Jake pulled a little bit ahead there, so let's see what Evelio has on the swing back. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Oh, an invert existence was banished.
Interesting to see invert. I mean, that's very common in the fatigue matchups, but I wouldn't have necessarily expected to see it here. But it does look like he's playing over 60, so. And it does have a lot of targets. So
Yeah,
maybe that's,
already it could be activated and hit for 2.
yeah.
All right, so we got the Belittle into a Bounding. There's the Bounding the reveal. I'm guessing. Then we got a blue Minnowism.
Well, looks like he probably wants to clear the invert out of the banish zone on this turn. Oh. Soul Reaping is a powerful card. Another one you're happy to draw and not banish. Looked like he banished 2 to gain 2 resources.
Yeah, his Banish Zone is definitely growing fast. Coming in for 6 with Go again. And we know that he'll have some pretty good follow-up. We've got the Invert, the Bounding, and the Seeping Shadows all banished.
Yeah, Jake's definitely in a tough position right here.
And I know it's too early, but I think Husk would be a clean block here, but definitely don't want to take one every turn for that.
He takes 6.
Must really like his hand. Or he
Yeah, that
knows
leads.
that he's not going to be able to block efficiently from his hand and he has to block these other attacks coming in.
Looks like that bounding is for 5 with go again.
Yeah, definitely. It's 5. Go again.
Yeah, if Jake hasn't blocked yet, I kind of assume. Oh wow, he is gonna block. That's surprising. Just for 2 as well.
Was he pointing at Skullcap for a reason? He was just considering it. So he's blocking 4, the 5, takes 1. Comes the invert.
A pretty nice turn from the opponent there. I won't be surprised if Jake has a maybe an Art of War in hand though, based on his lack of blocking.
Yeah, and the quickness he put that card back last time as well. Kind of makes me think that's Art of War was definitely there. Still got 5 more damage coming in. Oh, he grasped
Yeah, so
the
broke the
first turn.
chains, allowing Jake to use Skullcap again here.
It'll effectively shut off Skull Cap as a blocking equipment, though. That's
Yeah,
unfortunate, but he's got other 2 blocks and a 6 block. And powers that be decided that Runeblade was going to be the most heavily armored class in the game.
we got a hit on the Banish. Riftbind, probably a good one to flip up. Hopefully we'll see an Art of War here. Oh, Shadow Puppetry is one of the power cards as well.
So Riftbind for 9.
Bad. That makes sense now that he wasn't blocking because all these attacks only block for 2, but they can present a lot more damage on the offensive end, so. Oh, he's taking it.
Jesus, not to banish again.
Okay, got a chain activation.
Rosetta with go again. Your opponent just takes it. And that looks like that's going to be the end of Jake's turn.
Alright.
21 all. Ooh. Riftbind and bounding the soul shackles for Evelio. Art of War. Now we see why he didn't want to block.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a pretty fast game.
It would seem that way. I assume he chose go again. I feel like usually people put a die on top of the Art of War if they choose +1, in addition to banish draw 2. On the bright side, he did pitch that Runic Reclamation to play the Art of War, so he may not have a lot of resources. And the Rift Binds costing 1 could come into play. Especially if he didn't draw a blue off the Art of War.
Really thinking about his sequencing here. Might be one of those turns where you just need to go again one more time and you don't have the resources. Maybe he has less non-attack actions than he would like.
Yep, yeah, if he has no non-attacks, that makes those Rift Binds pretty weak. And doesn't allow him to play the Bounding from banished. Whatever he's got, it's a tricky hand to play out. Oh, well, there we go.
We
That's
got
a
the
good one.
minimalism and a Rift Bind. So Rift Bind coming in for
7, most likely. Assuming the Art of War was go again.
Yep, 7 blocked by the Husk. Gonna shackle to get Riftbind go again. Looks like. Or he's gonna try to creepers.
I can't imagine he would creepers.
Just curious what he
Whatever's.
pitched for. Was this Captain's Call for that first Riftbind? I don't believe it was. Nah, I think he's just paying for
Yeah.
this Riftbind.
What the?
What?
I'm
Yeah,
guessing he was deciding whether or not he wanted to swing with Riftbind and then have to pay to swing Rosetta, or if he wanted to swing with the Bounding and then be able to swing Rosetta without pitching his last card.
gotcha. So it's coming in for 4, it looks like. Takes 1 again. Bounding coming in for 1.
2.
Oh yeah, 2. It's from Banished. I think he would have got more value off +1 on the.
I think he would have been a little short on go again.
Yeah.
Ooh, Jake, bad banishes.
Ooh, +2 and go again, I'm assuming. No, +2/+2. Bounding for 7. All right, now they both have Carrion Husk and the Banished. Create a rune chant, swing in for 5 here.
I think Jake's trying to make the best of some pretty weak hands, unfortunately.
Still came out pretty good in that exchange.
Not bad. His opponent's coming back with a 5-card hand, though, and 3 banish. All one
Oh,
hit.
2 missed. That's good. Kind of makes up for Jake's lack of banish last turn. Or I should say, Jake getting the Jake hand and getting rid of all the cards he really wants in his hand.
All right, starting off with a bounding for 5. Let's go again. On hit, banish top card of the deck. Or you may banish it.
Blocking 5 there. Definitely doesn't want to give him more cards in his banish zone. We get a shackle 4 and the race continues. Come in for 2 and 2 with go again. I think that was good of the opponent to try to get the arcane through here while Skullcap was off.
Yeah, good observation. Bounding for 2, no go again. Alright, we got number.
Alright. His opponent should tick down 1. He does have the Husk banished.
This could be about the last turn Jake gets to try to do much.
Ooh. We got 1 banished card for Jake, blue bounding.
Chat, I know some of you guys play Chained. Do you not play Howl? Howl in the aggro matchups? Just haven't seen one yet.
This could be a good turn. You got a red back. Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, really the best he can do is the Minnowism into the.
Bounding.
Oh, I guess into the swarming. That's not bad. Still, though, the chain doesn't. His opponent doesn't need to block anything. Yeah, I kind of figured there was no Howl in the mirror since it's so expensive.
Alright, Jake.
think his only hope at this point is for the chain to completely whiff, or for his
Yeah, I
opponent
think
to
so
whiff.
too.
Otherwise, he's going to be forced to block with most of his hand. Well, speaking of howl, we do see a howl from beyond.
Get on hallowed rights and a howl. Definitely gonna be coming in for a bit of damage here.
Yeah, likely going to force Jake to block with 2 to 3 cards.
Shadow puppetry into howl. Unhallowed coming in for 8? Or is it higher than 8?
Looks like it is 8.
Blocking 4.
Yep.
That really makes it rough with Vexings and the Rosetta coming in.
Yep, I think Jake is in trouble.
Oh no, red minnowism. Into bounding
red.
for 6.
Looks like 7. Since it gives itself +1.
It only
Oh,
gives
it's from
itself
hand.
+1 from banish, yeah. The
Yeah, you're
banish was cleared
right.
out.
Unfortunately, it looks like Jake's gonna. He may have an Art of War in hand and may not be able to block. But even if he does, he's gonna take 2 and then possibly die to Blood Debt.
Very possible.
I guess he will likely die to Blood Debt.
Well, not if he keeps banishing like that.
He dodged it.
But I just don't know how you live through this next turn. You can't skull cap. Oh, now he can skull cap. I forgot about the one he was taking from Carrion Husk.
Yeah, he can skull cap. That's his one saving grace. Unfortunately, though, I mean, all his opponent has to do is make her enchant. Oh, then he just loses a card, but he hit the inverted existence. So that's another card from Jake's hand to prevent that.
The opponent's got basically 6 cards here to figure out how to kill Jake. It's very true. If Jake drew invert,
Oh, that's a good point. I don't know if Jake is playing invert. I think if he drew it, he would have just gone for it right away, because then he can prevent his opponent's invert with skull cap.
oh
Yeah.
no. Looks like this is going to be the game. Yep.
That'll do it.
Very good game.
Yep, we'll play it on both sides. Yeah, I mean, very close game despite some unlucky kind of lower powered hands on Jake's side. Interesting build from his opponent though, with what is that card called? The give all of your attacks +1 arcane damage. You don't see
Sting
that
of
one.
Sorcery. Yeah.
Yeah, the Sting of Sorcerers. You don't see that one too often.
I think it's really solid in the mirror, though. Especially, right, we saw how big the arcane damage was here. Oh,
Yeah, I think this game what did it do? 1 arcane? Did it do 2 or just 1 on that first turn?
I think just one.
Yeah, so but not bad for a blue, and later game that can be a lot of damage.
So very good game. And we have 2 more games scheduled this week. Well, we have, yeah, 3 more games. Unfortunately, I won't be able to stream yours then.
Yeah, yeah. 3 p.m. Eastern's probably a little bit tougher.
Hopefully they can stream it, or it'd be nice to watch. So
Should be a good game. I mean, I played my opponent at the calling. He was on Prism there. Andy made top 8, so I think he'll probably be on Prism. And he was a good player, so should be fun.
awesome. Yeah. Hopefully we can watch. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We'll chat with you later.
Yep.
Woohoo.